and get good returns from a cow, you have to feed it and feed it properly so that it can continue producing enough milk. Honorable Speaker, this is the more reason why each and every member in this House should support this finance bill. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Honorable Clive Gisairo. Yes, what's the point of order? Who is on a point of order? Honorable? Okay, hold on, Honorable Clive. Go ahead. Give him the mic.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I'm rising for a point of order. Number 95, you call the mover to reply. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Yes. I hear you. Let me, the interest still looks quite massive. Let me hear a few more members before I come back to a point of order. Clive? I have already given the floor to the member.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Masaba.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Yes, what's your point of order? Order, Clive.
Mheshimiwa Speaker, mimi umenionea. Nilikuwa namba 22 katika bodi yako. Nimekaa hapa tangu asubuhi, sijapata nafasi ya kuzungumzia mswada huu. Mbona wanitenga?
Honorable Mbeyu, each and every member here has an equal right to speak. And everybody will have a chance to speak. There are balances that we are doing. Your own leaders are also encouraging the chair to give certain members, and the chair cannot ignore that. Every member will speak. Na kusema ya kwamba unaonewa, wewe ndio unaonea mwenyekiti wa kikao hichi, kwa sababu kila mwanachama aliyoko hapa, kila mheshimiwa, kuna wengine wamekaa hapa tangu asubuhi, wengine tangu jana. Hata ule mheshimiwa wa Lugara ameketi karibu na wewe, amekuwa anainua mkono kila wakati, na yeye anangojea pia kuzungumza. Kwa hivyo waja tungojee, ukifikiwa utazungumza, usipofikiwa itakuwa hivyo. Clive, give the mic.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for giving me this opportunity, and I stand up to oppose this motion, and mainly on two areas. Number one, the housing levy. Mr. Speaker, we will be lying to the nation that suddenly we'll start building homes for the poor, that you will tax different people and build homes for different people. Mr. Speaker, we need to look at the basics. Kenyans do not have food. We are telling them how to house them. While defending this, the other side has spent a lot of time trying to tell us that this is an opportunity to create jobs for the youths. Can you tell us what exactly this levy is? Is it a job creation levy or a housing levy? We've changed it from a contribution to a levy, moved it from a provision whereby we are going to have, after 7 years, the contributors had a way out or to stay in clause. Now it's a levy which makes it a tax generally. Mr. Speaker, that side, as they sit there, they are at pains. They are trying to convince Kenyans they are unconvincible. They are telling us that it's us who are trying to explain to the masses. The masses are not illiterate. We are here defending the teacher who can read and understand. We are here to defend the policeman. As you sit here, some of the members who even work in this parliament are broke. They do not need these additional taxes. Mr. Speaker, The second item is on the tax on petroleum products. By them saying that it was members from this side who are busy pushing for 16% and they made it 8%, now it's time to move it to 16%, that is wrong. The moment we tax petroleum more, the border will be out of business, and you saying you'll provide for them electric bikes, you are lying to them, because electricity currently as it is, for 1,000 shillings electricity bill when you buy tokens, 130 is petroleum charge. You cannot even afford to charge that bike you're telling them. Mr. Speaker, I stand to oppose this, and that side, let us focus on how to provide jobs to Kenyans and not building jobs, because they are not there. You are lying to Kenyans. I oppose this bill.
Honorable Wamchomba. Give to Wamchomba the mic.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I rise for the welfare of the society and the just government of the people of Kenya. I rise to oppose. For the welfare of the people of Kenya, that qualifies them to eat well, eat a meal or 3 meals a day. That is the way to make the welfare of our people better. And for the welfare of the society and the just government of the people, it is our business as the representative of this house to make sure that our people live happily, improve their welfare, and make them feel they are sovereign according to the Constitution of Kenya. Mr. Speaker, I am elected in Githunguri constituency. My people cannot afford a meal a day. The cost of living is too high. The cost of unga is too high for them to have better welfare. Mr. Speaker, I have gone to my people in Githunguri constituency, and they have told me very loudly that the government of Kenya, through the Finance Bill Proposal 2023, it is punitive, it is oppressive, and it is scandalous. We started off with issue of housing. We came up with contribution. We moved from contribution. We made it a levy. We have moved from the levy. Now we are calling it a task. Is that not scandalous? For the welfare and the society and the just government of the people, I, Gathoni Wamuchomba, say no to an oppressive bill. Thank you.
Order. Mulyungi.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I rise to oppose the finance bill from the onset. Mr. Speaker, the finance bill goes against the wills and expectations of poor Kenyans, and I agree with my predecessor who has just spoken that this bill is insensitive to Kenyans because it proposes to overtax the already burdened Kenyans. Mr. Speaker, Kenyans expected a bottom-up economic model which would put money into the pockets of people, the hustlers, and reduce the cost of living, among others. Mr. Speaker, instead of these expectations, Kenyans are experiencing increased cost of living.
Order, Mulyungi. Honorable Kagombe. Can I hear your point of order?
Mr. Speaker, I rise on standing order number 80. It is against the tradition of this house and the rules of this house to read a speech, not unless it has been expressly granted by the Speaker. The honorable member on the floor is reading from a material that he has word for word. Is it acceptable? This is a house of debate, and Mr. Speaker, we are supposed to come here and debate. You cannot bring materials and import materials from other places and bring them here to Speaker to debate. And you're a ranking member, Mr. Speaker. Please, rule him out of order.
Order, honorable members. Honorable Mulyungi, you have been here long enough. You heard me caution Honorable Zamzam for reading a speech. Debate time is debate time. You can use notes as aid memoir, but you cannot read a speech in a debate. If you are reading a speech, desist, I had not noticed. Go on.
Mr. Speaker, I went to school. And I'm not an idiot. I'm looking at this report and I have to refer to it. So when my eyes look down, that member should not say I'm reading a speech. And I'll continue to look down. Mr. Speaker, he is not my equivalent. Yeah? I'm the one who designed this chamber. Mr. Speaker.
Order.
Mr. Speaker.
Order. Honorable Mulyungi. Honorable Mulyungi, I don't think Honorable Kagombe, sit down. I don't think Honorable Kagombe was malicious in that point of order. He perceived you to be reading, and I just told you, if you are reading, it is wrong. If you are not reading, you ignore it and carry on. You don't have to get agitated. These are your colleagues.
No. Kuja tumia hii.
Mr. Speaker, I think there are people here who have nothing to do. Mr. Speaker, I have risen to oppose this bill vehemently. Because Kenya Kwanza promised to put money in the pockets of Kenyans. They promised to put money in the pockets of hustlers, the mama mboga, the boda boda. Instead of doing that, they are taking that money from their pockets to State House. Mr. Speaker, anything that overburdens the people of Mwingi Central, which I represent, I will oppose it till I die. Mr. Speaker. And you have seen even from the government side, they are also opposing. Why are they doing it? Yeah? So, Mr. Speaker, Kenya Kwanza, instead of overtaxing Kenyans, they should look at better ways. Yeah, better ways. That's what you wanted to do. So that, yeah, that's what you wanted me to do. Look at better ways of raising money. Instead of putting tax on unga, putting tax on fuel, which is going to increase bus fare, border fare, and increase even the cost of living for that border. And the mama mboga, who Kenya Kwanza promised to put money in their pockets, and now they are taking that money away from them. Therefore, Mr. Speaker, I vehemently oppose the finance bill. Thank you.
Kangoko Bowen.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I want to support the bill. Mr. Speaker, taxation is the only the principal source of revenue in all government in the world. There is no any other source of revenue for governments. Mr. Speaker, having said that, Mr. Speaker, if you look in the last regime, the handshake government, Mr. Speaker, we overborrowed. They were overborrowed, they were overspent, and now even our credit worthiness as a country, we cannot borrow anymore. Mr. Speaker, I want to talk about the issue of the 16% on petroleum. Mr. Speaker, many of us, and quite a number of members of parliament who are here in the 12th parliament. On that first August, on Wednesday, Honorable Speaker, we sat here as members of parliament to postpone or to delay the 16%, the effective date which was supposed to start on September 2018, 1st September. And that 16%, Mr. Speaker, was carried forward. Mr. Speaker, I want to tell the honorable members here, the 16% on the fuel levy, it is not a new tax. It's been there before. It's been there before, and it is now, we are just standardizing it now. Mr. Speaker, on the issue of the housing, Mr. Speaker, according to the Kenya Bureau of Statistics, 38% of Kenyans currently live in urban areas. And we are looking at, in 2050, almost 70%, 68 to 70% of Kenyans will be living in urban areas. Mr. Speaker, the housing tax is very important because we don't want to be a country of slums. We don't want to create slums everywhere in our country. We need to provide a decent housing for our people. Mr. Speaker, I want to ask colleagues not to debate these issues outside there. Let them read the bill, get to understand when it comes to the time of House of Supply, they bring the necessary amendment and we are able to debate as members of parliament. I support Honorable Speaker.
Thank you. Nabwera Nabii.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I raise to oppose based on the Constitution of this country. Article 1 of the Constitution of this country provides all sovereign power belongs to the people of Kenya and shall be exercised only in accordance with this Constitution. We took an oath here, Mr. Speaker. We did not take an oath to lie. We took an oath to defend the Constitution. The first thing I looked at when I read the report of the committee was to look at, Mr. Speaker, the petitions I am aware of from Kupet, from NAT, from other people, including farmers in my constituency. They are not attached. That shows that the committee in itself did not do a just job. Secondly, Mr. Speaker, Article 201 of this Constitution says, the following principles shall guide all aspects of public finance in the Republic. A, there shall be openness and accountability, including public participation in financial matters. The people of Kenya have spoken in public forums and said this finance bill is oppressive. As a parliament, we are left with one thing to do. To relook at it and say, this one, wamekataa. Can we give them what they want? Mr. Speaker, I want to help my colleagues. Is it true that there are no other ways to raise the money? The answer is no. I serve in the Public Accounts Committee, Mr. Speaker. And if we were just to close the taps of pilferage, we raise 600 billion shillings, the money we are looking for. Mr. Speaker, where is it in this world that you can milk a cow you have not fed? What we are attempting to do with this finance bill is to milk a cow that we have not fed. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Okay.
First disabuse the notion that what we have here is a housing bill. Mr. Speaker, what we are prosecuting this afternoon is the Finance Bill 2023-2024. And what the Finance Bill seeks to do, Mr. Speaker, are three critical things. One, we stop postponing Kenya's problem. Secondly, we start solving Kenya's problems. And thirdly, we stop kicking the can further down the road. For 7 years, Mr. Speaker, we have been kicking the can of taxation down the road, hoping that the next dispensation shall solve the problems that we are causing, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, this finance bill that has been adjudicated in the court of public opinion has been laden with a lot of misinformation, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, people have been going to TV stations. They've been going to funerals and meetings in their constituencies, prosecuting matters that are not even in the finance bill, Mr. Speaker. So the first thing I would like to ask, Mr. Speaker, is that we all acquaint ourselves with the content that is within this finance bill. As we talk about 1 or 2 taxes that are going to be raised, Mr. Speaker, we should also be talking about the 21 odd taxes that are due for reduction, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, Kenya has obligations. Obligation number 1, we have to pay our international obligations in terms of debt, Mr. Speaker. We are approaching our debt limit, Mr. Speaker. We cannot afford to borrow more, Mr. Speaker. So, Mr. Speaker, we must find where this money shall come from. We have an obligation on recurrent expenditure. We have an obligation on development, Mr. Speaker. The social goods that our people require in the constituencies. Mr. Speaker, I see a finance bill in front of us that is a balance between walking the path towards self-dependent, Mr. Speaker, and making sure that we don't injure our constituents, Mr. Speaker. So, Mr. Speaker, to quote the honorable member from Githongori, for the welfare of society and the just government of the people, we are here to make hard decisions because leadership calls for us to make hard decisions. Finance bill is one hard decision that if we make today, we shall be proud many years down the line that we shall be making it, and even those opposing it today shall want to associate with the success that shall rise from the benefits that shall accrue from the finance bill that we are just about to pass. Mr. Speaker, we are here to debate the finance bill and not the housing bill, and for the sake of the content creators in this country, Mr. Speaker, I support the 5% reduction on our content creation taxes, and Mr. Speaker, I support the finance.
Thank you, Honorable Naisula.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I rise to oppose the finance bill that is in front of us, Mr. Speaker. And I just want to say that I am actually amused by my colleagues from the other side of Kenya Kwanza, whom during their campaigns were insisting on the issue of listening to the hustlers and listening to the ground. If anything, they coined the phrase, tunasikiza ground. I am actually surprised that after they have won the election, the ground does not seem to matter and those people do not seem to matter. And I just want to warn them that if you do not listen to the ground right now, kitawaramba when the time actually comes. Mr. Speaker, personally, I have listened to my ground and the people who sent me to the August House, and they have told me vehemently that you have to oppose the finance bill, especially on the issue of the housing tax. It started as a levy, it looked like a SACCO, it looked like a chama, now it is a tax. And they have told me that the people of Samburu West are interested in their security, they are interested in them having an environment where they can live peacefully, and they are not interested in the 1.5% tax on housing, Mr. Speaker. The second thing, Mr. Speaker, and I don't know why we're even focusing so much on the housing tax, it is on the issue of the 16% on the fuel levy, Mr. Speaker. In the last parliament, we came together in this house and we actually opposed the 16% rise on the fuel levy. And I just want to tell the same hustlers who have been forgotten that once the 16% fuel levy is increased, they will really feel the pinch, because the cost of living will actually go up, and even the cost of manufacturing in this country, Mr. Speaker, will go up. We are saying we are creating jobs, but if the manufacturers and the investors will run away from this country, Mr. Speaker, how will we be making, or how will we be creating employment in this house, in this country, Mr. Speaker? And so I just want to say that I oppose, and it's even contradictory when some leaders go out there and say that you cannot tax your people to development or overburden them with the tax, but at the same time bring the bill. The last thing, Mr. Speaker, the same leaders who are on the other side were the ones who are opposing everything that the previous regime was doing, but they are doing the same things and bringing the same proposals into this house. We know you want to do it in your first year and your second years, and go out and again lure and lie to
John Waluke.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker, for giving me a chance also to contribute on this ongoing motion. Mr. Speaker, I rise to support this bill. Mr. Speaker, even if it was the Right Honorable Amolo Odinga himself to run and stabilize a government like this one of ours, he was to do the same. Mr. Speaker, the House levy was his first choice when we were campaigning. And I'm a member of Jubilee in Azimio, Mr. Speaker. This thing started when during the time of Kibaki and the Right Honorable Raila at Langata, when they started building, putting up these houses. Mr. Speaker, to stabilize the economy, people must feel pain. And this is the pain that we are going to realize before the economy stabilized, because our economy had gone down. And I support this bill, Mr. Speaker, and urge all the members of this House to support this bill, Mr. Speaker, finance bill, so that we bring our economy back to where it is supposed to be. Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. I support.
Order, honorable members, order. Order. Honorable members, I know this is an interesting debate, but take your cool. Keep your cool. Don't stand up and raise your hands up in the air as if we are in a rally. This is Parliament. I encourage you to maintain decorum. Everybody, subject to what you will agree, will have a chance to speak. Atandi.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker, for the opportunity to contribute on this bill. And Honorable Speaker, from the word go, I want to say that I oppose this bill, and also to clarify, Honorable Speaker, that my beard is not artificial, my beard is natural. Honorable Speaker, I oppose this bill because, one, we are just coming back from elections, Honorable Speaker, in which the government in power promised to make life easier for Kenyans. But Honorable Speaker, if you look at this bill, section clause 33, Honorable Speaker, you will find that this bill is proposing to remove from the zero-rated position very critical items such as flour, cassava, and wheat. Honorable Speaker, when we passed tax laws in 2021 during COVID rules, we said that these items needed to be zero-rated so that they are made affordable for Kenyans. But Honorable Speaker, this bill is proposing to remove these items from zero-rating position to exempt position, making them very expensive for ordinary Kenyans. Secondly, Honorable Speaker, there is a notion which I want to dissuade, Honorable Speaker, that it is better to tax rich Kenyans more than poor Kenyans. Honorable, this notion has no grounding in economics. Because, Honorable Speaker, if you want to tax rich Kenyans, the easiest route, Honorable Speaker, is to tax expenditures or to tax their luxuries. Honorable Speaker, if I wanted to advise the government side, I would propose to them, Honorable Speaker, that they could go and tax Kenyans in their clubs. Kenyans spend so much money in their clubs where they make merry, where they spend their extra income. Therefore, Honorable Speaker, to propose that we raise pay from 35% for those who earn more than 800,000 shillings per month means that for the first time in history, Honorable Speaker, pay is going to be Kenyans are going to pay more as salaried Kenyans than corporation tax. Honorable Speaker, there is no country where corporation tax is more than is more than pay. This is going to be the first. Thirdly, Honorable Speaker, this is a government that was elected recently on the promise of making life better for Kenyans. It is very interesting, Honorable Speaker, that a government that cannot even construct simple houses for police officers, a government that cannot even pay salaries in time, is promising us that they are going to construct houses for Kenyans. This is laughable, Honorable Speaker, and I want to say that this government cannot take us as fools. Therefore, Honorable Speaker, we must reject and oppose this bill in totality.
Thank you, Honorable Atandi. Honorable Naomi Wako. Honorable members, after Naomi, I will give 5, and I'm going to slash your time to 1.5 minutes each. 5, then I call the mover to reply. 5 for 1.5 minutes each. But Naomi, you'll have your 3 minutes. After that, 1.5.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir, for allowing me to add my voice to this very important bill that we are discussing, Finance Bill 2023. It is a great opportunity for us to interact with this bill. And Mr. Speaker, I must say from the onset that I support the bill fully because it has more benefits for the Kenyans than the challenges that it poses. And Mr. Speaker, sir, Kenyans have suffered for so long, for many years. The challenges that the Azimio team is talking about has been there for the last many years. And the bill that is on the table today is the solution to our problems. Mr. Speaker, we must be a self-reliant government, a self-supporting government, and this bill is the only thing or the only bill that can make the difference in the situation that we are in today. And I know very well that all the members of parliament want development in their own constituencies and in their own counties, but it is unfortunate today we are fighting the bill that has all the solutions ready for us. And Mr. Speaker, when you look at the manufacturing sector, it contributes to 40% of the employment and the GDP in Kenya. The committee has in its deliberation offered a number of reprieve to support the sector and in particular to local companies. And through that, we will be able to employ many youths who are unemployed, we'll be able to create jobs, we'll be able to support families that have suffered for many years. Again, Mr. Speaker, under climate change, the global warming has a serious effect on the entire world. But in this bill, we are providing solutions that will have some positive impact on the entire nation. And because of all that, we also see very well that education is one of the major beneficiaries. Mr. Speaker, where there is no vision, Mr. Speaker, we perish because of lack of visionary leaders. This bill provides us with all the solution, and in order for us to overcome our current challenges, we must support, and let us not be emotional, let us support. And to our team Kenya Kwanza, let us be trustworthy, let us take care of the resources that God gives us and be good stewards. To whom much is given, much is expected.
Very well. Order, members. Let's limit the movement to the Speaker's desk. Next, let's have Honorable Martin Owino. Ndewa is in the House. Proceed.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. From the onset, I oppose this bill. The reason is the priority of Kenyans now is food, education, and healthcare. The wastages, the thefts from our coffers, we will get that 780 billion. We don't need to tax Kenyans anymore. Mr. Speaker, I heard the KK saying that they are giving Kenyans what they promised. That is a lie. Let us not lie to Kenyans. Even a cow with much milk, if you over milk the cow to the veins, it will kick the bucket and you will have no milk. We are saying, as my party leader says, punda imechoka. We don't want this bill. I oppose.
Very well. The Honorable John Kawanjiku is in the House. Kawanjiku, I'm told you have already spoken on this. Then please, if you have spoken on this, you cannot speak twice. If you haven't, proceed.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I think I've been here the whole day waiting for this moment. But I want to stand on this floor of the House to support the finance bill, Mr. Speaker. We must be truthful to ourselves. We must tell the country the way the nation is. The issue of increasing in terms of debt, we cannot allow it to happen, Mr. Speaker. We must, in a way, be able to consolidate revenue, and so that we can be able to help our people in terms of posterity, in terms of the future, and probably from where we are coming from, Mr. Speaker. Some of the issues are raised by the finance bill, and we are supporting, Mr. Speaker, because as a country, we must start thinking towards in the future, Mr. Speaker. We must make sure that we have enough houses, even on the issue of the house levy that the opposition are really raising. We must tell ourselves the truth, Mr. Speaker, that without the housing, some of us, probably in the areas that we come from, we don't have much land, Mr. Speaker, whereby that everybody who comes around can be able to get around to build. We must consolidate these people, put them in an affordable housing, and give them at least, dignity for their living, Mr. Speaker. Therefore, I rise to support the finance bill in totality, and even the people of Kiambaa, they told me this morning, go and support the finance bill, because there is no any other way that the government will get revenue, will implement infrastructure, will implement.
Thank you. You have had your bite. The Honorable Odege. Proceed, Odege.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. Okay. As a career trade unionist in this country, I was instructed by the workers in the public service to come here and oppose this bill. In trade union and in our labor practice, for you to deduct the money of a worker, it must be negotiated. So this one, which is going to be deducted directly, workers in this country have said no. As Nyatika MP, who is coming from the border with Tanzania, my own constituents feed on the goods from Tanzania because goods from Kenya are more expensive. So now, if you are increasing tax, this is very clear that Kenyans who are bordering neighboring countries will be doing their shopping in neighboring countries as opposed to Kenya. Yesterday, when I visited the supermarket, I found sugar from Uganda being sold in Kenya because Kenyans are not able to produce sugar themselves. My last one, which I want to say here. We cannot pay tax which we are not seeing dividend. If you want increased tax, tell us what you are going to do. When you go to Uganda, you go to Tanzania, education is free, medication is free. When you come to Kenya, we are paying. Then why do we pay tax when we are not seeing the returns? On behalf of workers and the people on your ticket.
Very well. The Honorable Wanjiku Muhia.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I want to speak on two things because many issues have been deliberated on. One, Honorable Speaker, I want to speak on this 16% fuel levy. First, we are not the highest in the region. Rwanda is at 20, Tanzania is at 18, Uganda is at 18, and even if they are above us, we cannot even compare the development, particularly on the tarmac road here in Kenya. Yes. Number two, Honorable Speaker, Honorable Speaker, number two, through this tax, we are going to collect 300 billion. In this budget that we passed yesterday, we are shortfall of approximately 700 billion, meaning the next financial year, if we collect again 300 billion, everyone shall be rejoicing in this country. Finally, Honorable Speaker, the country must correct its taxes because from a regional level, we must obey the obligation of remittance to international obligations. We must also include the regional contributions that we do. We must print passports from the immigration. As the custodian of free movement of people, people must move, they need a passport, and this is from the taxes that we shall collect. Thank you, Honorable.
Thank you. Thank you, Anjiku. Professor Jaldesa. Professor Jaldesa.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir. I raise to oppose the motion. And for two simple reasons. The first one, the bill does not consider the children matters. There is nothing in that bill that touches on the children and their welfare. There is nothing in that bill touches on the junior secondary school education, the classroom, the teachers, and the laboratories that they require. The bill is discriminatory. It charges higher levies on women and the beauty products. By increasing, Mr. Speaker, the bill by increasing the petroleum levy, it increases the cost of living and cost of every aspect in life in this country. Housing levy is a scam. Housing levy is a scam and should not be charged to the Kenyans. After all, those of us who come from the north keep on moving from one place to another, and therefore we do not need those permanent houses. With those few remarks, Mr. Speaker, I stand to oppose.
Mr. Meli.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I rise to support this bill. Honorable Speaker, I want to commend the Finance and Planning Committee for, first of all, having listened to Kenyans on issues that they've raised. Honorable Speaker, this is a bill that has sensitized Kenyans on what is happening in the country on issues of finance. Kenyans across the country have realized their role, what they had to say, and what the government are doing. This bill is trying to do a lot of things, more so in the affordable housing project, where we are now going to have, if we build houses, we are going to remove slums from our country. Our country today, as we speak, Mr. Speaker, has one of the largest slums in Africa. And the president, this government endeavors to remove it and create jobs. Create jobs, especially in terms of promoting the construction industry, cement industry, and many others. I also want to say that farmers, because of exempt on fertilizer and zero rating, actually we shall increase production on food and many other products. Therefore, I support and I ask the House that we pass the bill. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Dr. Nyikal.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for at long last giving me this opportunity. Mr. Speaker, everybody has said here that this is the bill that has attracted the most attention. Mr. Speaker, the reason is simple. Kenyans are suffering and they cannot take any more load. It is not because of public participation. And this bill is completely heartless. It does not consider the suffering of the people. If you look at the amendments are showing you that this bill had no interest in the people, what it was talking at all the areas where the people are suffering. And Mr. Speaker, everybody is talking here of debts. I've not heard anybody from that side talking about debt adjustment, restructuring of debt. You cannot just continue that you will get money from people to pay the debt. Debt can be restructured. Therefore, Mr. Speaker, I oppose this bill.
Member for Ijara.
Thank you very much, Bwana Speaker, for giving me this opportunity to support the bill. I support the bill. I support the finance bill. As you well know that this, I say, is a game changer, because when our deputy president said that when we came into the government, they only found 93 million, people, they are saying he's lying. But because they wanted the government, our government, to fall down, we decided as a government, as a Kenya Kwanza government, to come up with a finance bill to sort out the mess they have created. The other issue why I'm supporting the finance bill is because if you see Ijara constituency, we have a project called LabSet. That LabSet, the previous government, they said they will only put a Maram, an international road from Lamu up to Ethiopia and Somalia. But when Kenya Kwanza government came, they said they have to put a tarmac road. Those are the factors that is forcing us, or that is making us to support the finance bill. The other factor that why I'm supporting the finance bill is the reduction of the exercise duty that we pay on the money transfer. If you check, if you want to pay your money, you have to transfer money, you pay 500 shilling on RTGS or two.
Emmanuel Wangwe.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
That is the last on this side.
Honorable Speaker, I rise to oppose this finance bill, Honorable Speaker, on two grounds, Honorable Speaker. The issue of petroleum. I wish, Honorable Speaker, to be very clear that, Honorable Speaker, the petroleum cost, as it's shifting from 8 to 16, that will not only be the difference.
Okay.
But my concern, Honorable Speaker,
Okay.
is the issue that the current government has taken on G2G in terms of importation of petroleum products, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, as Speaker said that the VAT across East Africa varies from 18, 20 to 16%, which they are proposing. But Honorable Speaker, what they are not mentioning is the issue of the premium on petroleum product. Honorable Speaker, as we see today, premium product on G2G contract is going for diesel at 118 in Kenya, petrol at 98. What's happening in the neighboring countries, Honorable Speaker? Tanzania is importing at 40 on diesel and 65 on premium. Honorable Speaker, if we get it right in terms of financial discipline, definitely the prices of fuel will come down rather than raising in terms of VAT, and the government will be able to collect enough. Therefore, Honorable Speaker, I oppose.
Thank you. The last on this side, Robert Bukose. Order, honorable members on their feet, take your seats. Order. Honorable members on your feet, take your seats. Take your seats. Order, honorable members, take your seats. Take your seats. Member for Kilifi, take your seat. Order, order. Order. Honorable members. Order. Honorable Bukosi.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir, for allowing me to contribute to this bill. On the onset, I want to say I support the Finance Bill 2023. And Honorable Speaker, when you look at the issue on the Finance Bill, especially on the medical side, we have exemption of vaccines, we have exemptions on medicaments, that is pharmaceutical drugs, and this is going to boost local manufacturing. Honorable Speaker, local manufacturing is going to make it possible for the cost of medicines to go down, for the cost of drugs to be affordable by people, and therefore the cost of health is going to be much reduced. Honorable Speaker, and this is going to assist our country to attain universal health care. And therefore, with those few remarks, Honorable Speaker, I support.
Order. Order, honorable members. Order. Take your seats. Order, honorable members. Honorable Anjala, take your seat. Order, honorable members. Take your seat. Honorable members, I told you that I was going to give 5 on my left, 5 on my right. Then I called the mover to reply. It is now time for me to invite the mover to reply. Mover. Chonga.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. But before, now that I have 15 minutes to reply, I would like to donate 1 minute to the Honorable Chepkonga. 1 minute to...
Also, if you have minutes to donate, donate to Chonga as well. Go ahead.
Okay. In that case, Honorable Speaker, I want to thank...
Order. Order. Honorable Member for Kilifi, you have constantly flouted the rules the whole afternoon, shouting and menacing the chair. I want to assure you that the chair can take action against you without any fear or favor. I'm not going to do that. You should feel embarrassed conducting yourself in the manner you are conducting yourself. Order. Order, honorable members. Order. I have even taken the extra caution of asking your minority leader to speak to you, that as a gracious lady, representing the great people of Kilifi, who are watching you on TV. Order, order, who are watching you on TV. I don't think they are happy to see that what I'm seeing. But, honorable members, I want you to know this, that we are many. Not everybody can speak on every item on the floor. There are many members who have spoken, your leaders have spoken, others have spoken, and we did agree that we are going to have some closure at some point. So, Honorable Chair, you said you are donating a few slots. It's up to you. But you have time to reply now. Wanjala, take your seat.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Listening
Wanjala,
to the mood
take
of the House, I just would like to highlight a few
Honorable
issues.
Wanjala, take your seat. Go on, Chairman.
I would like to correct a few misinformations, Honorable Speaker. Now, before I reply, Honorable Speaker, the taxation of chairman,
Honorable
Mr. Speaker.
members, you have said many, many good things in this debate. We are getting to the end where you are going to vote. Express yourself. Go on.
Yes, Honorable Speaker, I would like to take just 2 minutes to correct some of the misreporting that has happened on this bill. One of them has been the allegation that we propose for taxation of chairmans, Honorable Speaker. We have businesses, we have individuals that have realized a loophole in our tax laws. So instead of registering a business as a business name or as a company, they are joining as individuals, registering a chairman, and doing business as a chairman, and therefore not getting into the tax net, Honorable Speaker. We've extensively talked about the things that the items that you've moved from tax exemption to zero rating, such as manufacture of fertilizer, manufacture of pesticides, manufacture of pharmaceuticals, manufacture of human vaccines, Honorable Speaker, assembly of parts of mobile phones, and all this, Honorable Speaker, are going to go a great way to incentivize our manufacturing,
Order,
Honorable Speaker.
Honorable Kimani. Honorable Junet, what's your point of order?
Mr. Speaker, I want to seek your indulgence, Mr. Speaker. You know, when you are listening to the finance chairman responding, you need to see him physically, Mr. Speaker. But now we are blocked here. We can't see. It's like he's in another town. We are listening through radio or TV. Mr. Speaker, what are the sergeant at arms up to? Can we see the person who's talking to us?
Sergeant at arms, allow Junet to have a bill in sight. Okay, continue.
Yes, after listening to the members of the public through our public participation, I want to report we dropped the 20% requirement for deposit in our courts for litigation, Honorable Speaker. The digital content monetization has been reduced from 15% to 5%. The threshold for turnover tax has been reduced from the minimum threshold of 500,000 shillings, Honorable Speaker, and we have increased that to 1 million shillings. Honorable Dr. Gogo raised the concern about wigs, Honorable Speaker, and I'd like to tell this committee that we have deleted these items as accessible products, Honorable Speaker. And the main reason, Honorable Speaker, is that there are very many Kenyans who came to us and told us that they are victims of cancer. And after going through chemotherapy, they get to lose their hair. And they were telling us if you tax those wigs, Honorable Speaker, we are going to make it more expensive to them in addition to the cancer treatment that they have to seek, Honorable Speaker. And with those very few remarks, Honorable Speaker, I beg to reply.
Where's the order paper? Where's my order paper? Sorry, order, honorable members, order. I will now put the question, which is that the Finance Bill, National Assembly Bill number 14 of 2023, be now read the second time. As many as of that opinion say aye. Aye. As many as of the opinion say nay. The ayes have it. Order. Order. Take your seats. Take your seats. Take your seats. Take your seats, honorable members. Take your seats, honorable members. The nays have claimed a division, and I'm satisfied that they have enough numbers to have a division. So I will call on the leadership, the whips of either side. We'll ring the division bell for 5 minutes. In the meantime, you bring here the names of your tellers. At the end of order, we ring the bell for 10 minutes. At the end of the 10 minutes, I will direct you in the manner in which you will vote. Bring me a teller on either side to conduct the voting. Ring the division bell. Now, Order. Order. Order, honorable members. Order. Increase the volume. Increase the volume. Order, honorable members. Order. Order, honorable members. Order, honorable members. Take your seats. Take your seats, honorable members. Take your seats. Order, honorable members. Take your seats. Order, honorable members, take your seats. Take your seats, honorable members. Order. Mama Kericho, take your seat. Take your seats. Take your seats, honorable members. Order. Member for Naivasha, take your seat. Honorable Bowen, take your seat. Honorable members, take your seats. Take your seats. Honorable members, the side on my left claimed a division which was acceded to. The 10 minutes division bell is now silent. We now want to go into division. The first point of call is to call on each of the whips to bring forward the name of your teller. I have been given 2 tellers on either side. Yes. Okay. Okay, I order now that the bar be drawn, the doors be closed and locked. Any member who is not in the chamber now? Yes, you can go and sit. Any member who is out now? Order. Order, honorable members. On the majority, order, honorable members, on the majority side, the tellers are two. Honorable Omboko Milemba, Honorable Robert Bukose. On the minority side, Honorable Wanami Wamboka, Honorable Anthony Kibagendi. After consultations with your leaders, ordinarily, we would vote electronically and we'll finish voting in less than 5 minutes. But I've been told by your leaders and buttressed by the clerk's table that some of you don't have your cards, that the equipment has been malfunctioning at some times. So you are going to vote in the following manner. The clerk has an alphabetical list of all of you by constituency names, A to Z. You sit where you are, and if you read your standing orders, when voting is going on, every member must remain silent. 2, when voting is going on, no member is allowed to move around the chamber. Those are your rules and our rules. So you remain where you are. When your constituency is called, from where you are seated, you say aye or nay, and they'll record here. By the time they are done, then the tellers with the clerks will tabulate and give us the numbers, and then we proceed to announce your results. Order. This chamber is not too big. Those who have access to microphones, you can use the microphone, but if Honorable Were, order, let me do a trial run. Honorable Were, can you without a microphone say aye or nay? Stand. Yeah, stand, say aye or nay. Again. I just want to test if you can be heard throughout the chamber. Without the mic. Excellent. Now the member right at the back. Yes, the member right at the back, Honorable Ado. Can you say aye or nay? Okay. Now, honorable members, I want to repeat. We are going to vote in total silence. And any member who misconducts himself or herself, I will note you, and when we finish voting, you will suffer some form of punishment. Because I'm not telling you how to vote. Okello, you are already misconducting yourself. I know you are taking advantage of the fact that you used to be a close friend of mine. Order. Now, clerk, get ready. And yes, Wanjala, what is out of order? Honorable Anjala, the vote we are about to have is aye or nays. You are out of order. Let's start. In thought order, pardon?
Mr. Speaker, I think yes and no are more distinct than aye and nay.
When your name is called, simply say, I vote yes. or I vote no.
Absolutely.
Right?
Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Let's start. All the honorable members, sorry, I had allowed the chairperson of the budget committee to lay a document on the table before we go into voting. Give Honorable Ndindi Nyoro a minute. Pardon? Who? Yes. Ndindi Nyoro, go ahead. I'll give you a minute.
Use this one. Use this.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I beg to read the following papers on the table of the House today, Wednesday 14 June 2023, that is afternoon sitting. Supplementary estimates 2 for the financial year 2022-2023 from the National Treasury and Economic Planning, and the following accompanying documents. 1. Financial year 2022-2023, supplementary estimates number 2, program-based budget. 2. Financial year 2022-2023, supplementary estimates number 2, recurrent expenditure. 3. Financial year 2022-2023, supplementary estimates number 2, that is development expenditure, volumes 1 and 2, and 4, statement on the financial year 2022-2023, supplementary estimates number 2. Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you, Honorable Ndindi Nyoro. Yes, Wandai. Give Wandai the mic. After him, give Ichungwa.
The Honorable Speaker, it is indeed true that the guidelines you have given concerning the process of this vote is largely agreeable, and for the simple reason that this is so an important matter that the public would want to see how their representatives are voting. And therefore I want to thank you for acceding to our request to have this voting process be as transparent and as open as possible. To the Speaker, I also want to plead with my colleagues that we observe the order that has been outlined so that we can finish this process as quickly as possible. But finally, Mr. Speaker, there's only one other matter that needs further clarification. In the past, when we have voted in these chambers, especially in the last parliament, we have indulged members who are unable to be present physically in the chambers to vote electronically. That's the only bit that has not been touched on. Perhaps it beggars clarification. Otherwise, thank you.
Ichungwa. Where is Ichungwa?
Thank you, Honorable Speaker, and I want to concur with what the Leader of Minority has said, that we have indeed consulted, and we, not largely, we wholesomely agree with you, since we are never in Kenya Kwanza in the business of disagreeing. We believe it is every member's right to vote with their conscience, for their people, and we have nothing to hide from our people, and we will vote in accordance with your guidance. And let me also plead with our members, those from the Kenya Kwanza coalition, as the Leader of Minority has done, that we do this with decorum and the dignity that this House deserves. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you, honorable members. I have received one request for a member who is in Wajir, in Isiolo, but I'm told they have withdrawn the request. So I now put the question, which is that the Finance Bill, National Assembly Bill number 14 of 2023, be now read a second time. Clerk, you start as we agreed. Yeah, the agents, the tellers, you can one on this side, one on the other side. Yes. Order, Honorable Wanjala. The ink is not yet dry. I said during voting, absolute silence, no moving about the chamber. And you're already on your feet before we even call the first voter. Okay, clerk, we start.
Chepkonga Kiprono Samuel.
It is being worked on.
Chepkonga Kiprono Samuel.
It's voted yes.
Any member with a challenge with the voice, we have portable microphones that can be passed around.
Langat Benjamin Kipkurui. Kitany Marian Jebet. Atandi Samuel Onunga. Owino John Walter. Owino John Walter. Give me the loose one. Owino John Walter.
It's not there. Go to the next.
It's not supposed to mark yes and no. It's supposed to mark on the no, on the other side. It's already done that. Okay. Then we'll also now.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. Owino John Walter.
Absent.
Honorable is here.
It's absent.
Okay.
Lazima uweke kadi.
Mrembo Irene Njoki.
Yes.
Shurie Abdi Omar. Sergon Florence Jematia. Kandie Joshua Chepiegon.
I vote yes.
Kipkoros Joseph Makilap.
I vote yes.
Cameron Charles. Koech Nelson. Momanyi Innocent Obiri.
Absent.
Barongo Nolfason Obadia. Alpha Miruka Ondieki.
I vote yes.
Lynette Chepkorir. Kilel Richard Cheruiyot.
Yes.
Yegon Richard Kipkemo. Mamwacha Onchoke Charles.
Honorable Wanjala, you say that again and I'll open the bar for you to walk out.
Ogola Gideon Ochanda. Osero Patrick Kibagendi.
He's up there.
He's up there.
Vote from there.
He's not in the chair.
He's there.
Order. Any member who was locked out when we drew the bar is out of the chamber. Is present and voting in the chamber. The gallery is not a chamber.
Mamwach Wanjara Raphael Sauti Bita.
Wait. You have not called Patrick Osero.
I did.
You haven't. No. No, they are not called Patrick Osero.
Okay. Osero Patrick Kibagendi. Wamboka Nelson Jack Wamboka.
I
I vote no, no, no.
You are out of order.
Wambilianga Catherine Nanjala. Yakub Ado Kuno. Komingoy Kibet Kirui. Omanyo Catherine Nahabi. Mware Nicholas Tindi. Oyula Joseph Maero. Muruidania Lindikiri Mugabe. Kirima Moses Gushine. Shimbwa Omar Mwinyi. Koech Victor Kipngetich. Barasa Patrick Simio.
Wanazima
Biego Paul Kibichi. Ntwiga Patrick Monene. Farah Maalim. Elachi Beatrice Kadeveresia. Waweru John Kiarie. Sirma Moses Cherutich. Welie Adan Kainan. Caroline Jepto Ngeleche. Gadiru Mejadonk Benjamin. Ongili Babu Owino Paul. Gakuya James Mwangi. Mawade Julius Musili. Mwenje Mark Samuel Moreidi. Double N Pamela Njoki Njeru. Lel Mengit Joses Kipto Koske.
I vote yes.
Omboko Milemba Jeremiah. Kibiegon Johanna Ngeno. Pukose Robert.
I vote yes.
Yakub Farah Salah. Oundo Wilberforce Ojiambo. Hiribai Said Buya. Tungule Charo Kenneth Kazungu. Siad Amina Udgon. Baro Deko Mohammed. Guyo Ali Wario. Muriu Wakili Edward. Kururia Elijah Njore Njoroge. Kagombe Gabriel. Sorry.
Yeah, that's it. Read it out.
Kururia Elijah Njore Njoroge.
No. The other one. Now next.
Okay. Kagombe Gabriel Gaduka.
I vote yes.
Odiambo Elisha Ochieng.
Order. Order, members.
Gedenji Robert Gishimu. Wanjira Martha Wangari. Wamushomba Gadoni. Gimose Charles Gumeni. Osogo Bensuda Joyce Atieno. Kaluma George Peter Opondo.
I vote no.
Karaidu Kiili Daniel. Manaiba Julius Taitumu. Mwirigi John Paul.
I vote yes.
Is it okay now? Okay. Manaiba Julius Taitumu has voted. Okay. 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 Abdi Ali. Shinali Bernard Masaka. Okay. Bonaya Mumina Golo. Lomwa Joseph Samal. Tubi Bidu Mohammed. Badi Twali.
I vote no.
Ndongo George Koimburi.
I vote yes.
Wamashukuru James Gidua Kamau.
I vote yes.
Obara Eve Akinyi. Kalasinga Joseph Simiu Wekesa Majimbo. Titus Lote. Kimilu Joshua Kivinda. Sankaire Lea Sopiato.
I vote yes.
Kanchori Elijah Memusi. Hamisi Kakuta Maimai. Nguro Onesmus Ngogoyo. Sakimba Parashina Samuel. Risa Sunkuya George.
Where is he? Order.
He's outside. He's outside.
Order. Order. Honorable Sunguya is not in the chamber.
Mohanda Elsie Busihile.
Yes, no.
Katana Paul Kahindi. Hassan Abdi Yusuf.
Yes, voted yes.
Juguna Chege.
I vote yes.
Makali John Okusia. Kehongi Peter Irongu. Muli Fabian Chule. He's out. He's outside. He's outside.
Order. That one is out of the chamber.
Chumel Samuel Moroto. Sudi Oscar Kipchumba.
Yes.
Okwome Andrew Adipo. Karauri Ronald Kamwiko. Were Charles Ongondo. Bui Robert. Korir Adams Kipsanai. Kipkoech Gideon Kimayo.
I vote yes.
Kemei Beatrice Chemweno. Ruto Julius Kipleting. Wangaya Christopher Aseka. Wanjiko John Jogona. Waidaka John Mashua. Murada Ann Wanjiko Mugo. Orero Peter Ochieng.
Agoengi.
Mbalu Jessica Nduku Kiko. Mutuse Ekomas Mwengi. Wainaina Anthony Joroge.
Ukiweka juu itaonekana. Ndio ingie kwa record.
You said yes.
Where is it?
Yes, I vote yes. Munyoro Joseph Kamau.
Yes.
Nyoro Samson Ndindi. Ishungwa Anthony Kemani. Sunkuli Julius Lekakeng. Mwanyanje Gertrude Mbeyu.
I, Mwanyanje Gertrude Mbeyu, Mr. Speaker, I vote no.
Baya Owen Ya. Kitty Richard Ken Chonga.
Mimi Kiti ninapiga la, kimombo no.
Zambia Thaddeus Kithua.
No. Yes. I said no.
Mutua Didmas Wekesa Barasa. Bisau Morris Kakai.
I vote no.
Rai Samuel Gonzi. Kwenya Dhuku Zakari.
Yes. Huko mwisho huko anasema yes.
Muhia Wanjiko. Cherorot Joseph Kimutai. Koskei Hilary Kiplangat. Maina Jane Jerry. Getari Joseph Gashoki. Bed Simba Rashid Juma. Aburi Donya Doris. Busia Ruth Adiambo Odinga. Oron Joshua Odongo.
I vote no.
Ahmed Shakil Ahmed Shabir. Buyu Rosa Akinyi. Kasalu Irene Modoni. Mulu Makali Benson.
I vote no.
Mbai Nimrod Mbiduka. Mboni David Mwalika. Nyamai Rachel Kaki.
She has voted yes.
Nyenze Edith Vethi. Mokaya Nyakundi Jafet. Kibagendi Anthony.
I vote no.
Papa Jafo.
Gisairo Clive Ombane.
Papa Jafo.
Yegon Brighton Leonard.
Papa. I vote yes. Papa.
Kiprono Mutai Alfred.
Yes, Mzitu.
Tanui Joseph Kipkoske.
Yes.
Kemero Maisori Marwa Kitayama.
I vote yes.
Robbie Matthias Nyamabe. Masito Fatuma Hamisi. Wanyonyi Ferdinand Kevin.
Repeat here. Sema hapa.
Abdirahman Mohammed Abdi.
Yes.
Mohammed Abdikadir Hussein. Kagiri Jane Wangeshi. Kiunjuri Festus Mwangi. Korere Sara Paulata. Karani Stephen Washira. Lekuton Joseph. Marufu Monica Mudoni. Obor Ruweida Mohammed. Moirori Mudama Stanley. Kode Felix Odiwor. Kahangara Joseph Mburu. Mboko Mishi Juma Hamisi. Mugabe Innocent Maino.
I vote no.
Chege John Kiragu. Akuja Protas Ewesit.
Voting yes.
Oyugi Dick Maungu. Nabii Nabwera Daraja.
I vote no.
Chiforomodo Mangale Munga. Mukwana Titus Hamala. Mbiuki Jafet Miriti Kareke. Kamene Joyce.
I vote no.
Mule Caleb Mutiso. Harrison Garama Kombe. George Aladwa Omwera. Susan Dunge Kiamba. Rose Museo Mumo. She's okay. Okay. Can we repeat?
Yes. Okay.
Okay.
I vote no.
Who is she?
Then Susan. Then Susan Dunge. No.
I am going to repeat 181. Makueni, Kiamba, Susan Ndunge. Rose Museo Mumo.
Makueni County, Rose Museo, no.
Moses Malulu Injendi. Amila Laura Mnyazi. Bashir Sheikh Abdullahi. Khair Kasim Sheikh. Abdirahman Hussein Waitan Muhammad. Abdul Ibrahim Haro. I am going to repeat Mandera South. Abdul Ibrahim Haro.
Mandera South is yes.
Yusuf Adan Haji. Mukunji John Gitonga Mwaniki. Njoroge Mary wa Maua Waidera. David Kangogo Bowen.
I vote yes.
Timothy Kipchumba Toroitich.
Mr. Speaker, I vote yes.
Wako Naomi Jilo. Mwalio Joshua Mbidi Mutua.
I vote yes.
Odanga Geoffrey Makoha. Olwoj Anthony Tom.
I, Anthony Tom Olwoj, vote no.
Gichuki Edwin Mugo.
Yes.
Kahugu Eric Mwangi. Tandaza Kasim Sawa. Nabulindo Peter Oscar. Yes. Tandaza Kasim Sawa. Nabulindo Peter Oscar. Mule Stephen Mutinda. Kingola Patrick Makau. Roko Geoffrey Kariuki Kirenga. Nebat Bernard Morioki.
I vote yes.
Nzioka Erastus Kevasu.
I, Erastus Kivasu Nzioka, vote no.
Kailemia Elizabeth Karambo. Mohamed Fatuma Zainabu.
I, Fatuma Full Network, for the people of Migori County, I vote no. Adagi, hapana.
Kipngor Ruben Kiborek. Phyllis Jepkemoy Barto. Kimani Francis Kuria. Chimba Zamzam Mohammed.
I, Zamzam Mohammed from Mombasa County, I vote no.
Abraham Kipsang Kirwa. Jaldesa Guyowako. Bader Salim Faisal. Fred Kapondi Chesebe. James Onyango Oyo. Geshohi Kagusha John Philip. Salasia Peter Kalwera. Naika Johnson Manya. Betty Jerry Maina. Mohamed Saud Machele. Musao Vincent Musioka. Shake Peter Mbogo. Maingi Mary. Muliongi Gideon Mutemi. Paul Musimin Zengu. Okay, sorry, okay.
Mwingi Sendro and my party leader say no.
Paul Musimi Nzengu. Charles Ngosia Nguna. Esther Mudoni Pasaris.
I vote yes.
Jane Wanjiru Jerry Kihara. Liza Chepkorir Chelule.
Yes.
David Gekaria. Samuel Arama. Geoffrey Ekesa Molanya.
Yes.
Cynthia Chepkoske Muge. Bernard Kibor Kitur. Rebecca Nonaishi Tonke. Lemanken Aramat.
Yes.
Agnes Mantaine Pareyo.
Yes.
Olen Tutu Kitilai. Gabriel Koshal Tongoyo, Emmanuel Wangwe, George N. Gashagwa, Martin Peters Owino,
I, Martin Peters Owino Woodchief, votes no.
GK George Masharia Kariuki,
I vote yes.
Charity Katambi Chepkwony, Ade Wario Guyo, Rahim Dawood Abdul, Joash Nyamache Nyamoko, Joshua Aduma War, Mohammed Ali, Jerusha Momanyi Mongina, Faith Wairi Mogitao, Okelo Jared Odoyo, Zahid
Nyando constituency and I vote no to this punitive KK bill.
Zahid Janda,
That is a spoiled vote.
Daniel Ogwo Kamanduku, Tom Boya Odege, Rahab Mokame Washira, Duncan Maina Madenge, Michael Mwangi Mushira, David Joguna Kiaraho, Michael Wambogo Wainaina, David Losiakou Kosing, Anthony Kengamupe,
Yes.
Linian Achieng Gogo, Paul Otiende Amolo,
Otiende Amolo is absent.
Paul Kibet Chebor,
Yes.
Paul Abuor, Agustin Kamande Mwafrika, Francis Kajwang Tom Joseph,
Absent.
Simon Nganga Kingara, Eric Mushangi Njeru Karemba, Logovas lawyer Clement, Caleb Amisi Luyai, Dido Ali Raso, Pauline Lenguris, Jackson Lekumontare Lentojoni, Dominic Eli Letipila, Josephine Naisula Lesuda, James Wambura Nyekal, Frederick Lusuli Ikana, Christine Ombaka Oduor, Peter Lochakapong, Justice Kipsang Kemei, John Waluke Koi, John Waluke Koi, Francis Kipiegon Arab Sige, Francis Kipiegon Arab Sige, Dr. Shadrach Mwiti Idenji, Silvanas Osoro Onyego,
Yes.
Okay. David Kiplagat, Mwago Amos Maina, David Kiplagat,
I, Mwago Amos Maina, as an economist, I vote no.
Millie Grace Akoto Diambo, Caroli Omondi,
I vote yes.
Samuel Kenodia Gashobe, Junaid Sheikh Nu Muhammad, Peter Francis Masara, Peter Francis Masara,
I, Peter Francis Masara, on behalf of the people of Sona West, I vote no.
Lydia Haikamnene Mizigi, Amina Dika Abdulhai, Hussein Abdi Barre, John Okano Buire,
On behalf of the people of Taveta, I vote no.
Edward Kaunya Oku, Mary Emase Otucho,
We have voted. You can't vote twice, you voted. Yes.
Mary Emase Otucho, Geoffrey Wandeto Mwangi, George Gitonga Murugara, Susan Guginduyo, Alice Wamboi Nganga, William Kamket Kasait, Lawrence Mpuru Aburi, John Kanyuidia Mutunga, Julius Meli Kibiwot, John Murumba Chikati, Lilian Chebet Siyoy, Janet Chepkemboy Sitiene, Cecilia Asinyen Ngitit.
I vote yes.
Joseph Namuar Emate. Nicholas Gikor Nixon Gikolong.
I vote yes.
Paul Ekwom Nabuin. John Ariko Namoit. Daniel Epuno Nanok. Epuyo Nanok. Gladys Jepkoske Boss. David Ouma Ochieng. James Opio and I. Mark Ogola Nyamita. Kivai Enes Ogesi Kagesi.
Yes.
Beatrice Kahai Adagala.
Yes. Yes, ndio huyo. Unasimama.
Hamis Chome Abdi. Fatuma Abdi Jeho. Aden Daudi Mohammed. Ibrahim Abdi Saneh. Adam Muhammad Aden. Yusuf Muhammad Farah. Martin Pepela Wanyonyi. Daniel Wanyamasitati.
Dan Wanyama.
Stephen Mogaka. Rael Chepkemoy Kasiwai.
Yes.
Wetangula Timothy Wanyonyi.
Team there nyuma.
I, Tim Wanyonyi, on behalf of people of Westlands, I vote no.
Danson Mwashako Makuona. Robert Ngui Basil. Robert Ngui Basil.
I, Robert Basil, on behalf of Yatta people, I vote no.
Abdisirat Khalif Ali. Sabina Wanjiru Chege. Joseph Hamis Sidena.
I vote yes.
Suleka Hulbale Harun. Dorothy Muthoni Ikiara. Joseph Wainaina Iraya.
I, Joseph Wainaina Iraya, kwa niaba ya chama ya UDA, nimesema yes.
Jackson Kipkemoy Koske.
I vote yes.
Irene Nyakiradio Mayaka. Umul Khair Harun Mohammed. Teresia Wanjiru Mwangi.
I vote yes.
John Mbadi Ngongo. Abubakar Ahmed Talib.
I vote yes.
Okay.
Tunaanza ya no, sisi tunapiga na huyu. Nani? Tunapiga na huyu. Unaniangalia hiyo vitu. Sisi huyu ni huku na mimi huku bwana. Sasa wewe unapika yako tu. Pika tu yako. Pika yako. Wewe soma. Naanza na yes. 9 9 Naanza na yes. 9 plus. Okay. Hata upige ungesoma 8 plus usiniwache nyuma hata 8 ni 13. 13. Asante sana. Next. 9. Ngoja msumbuke. Wacha mimi. After 13. 09. Nataka usikie 9. 7. 7. 11. Ngoja hapo kidogo. 11. After 11. 8. 8.
After 8?
14.
After 8 means?
14. 10. 10.
10. After 10?
11.
11. How much?
14, 10.
14. Next? 11.
11.
11. Next?
13.
13.
Yes, 13, 10.
Yeah. 14.
14, 10.
11.
11.
Ndio mwisho?
Yeah. Hebu ngoja tuone kama iko sawa.
Hiyo mimi 176. 176. Basi tutoa hiyo weka toto mahali.
Weka huko juu.
Watu watatu watuwezi kupata ruto. 176.
Rudi tena.
Unaanza na?
1. Then tutakombea na 7. 7. Plus 3.
Then next?
3. 5.
Ukisahau tumia napata hivi.
6. 6.
Yeah.
7. Then 11. 2. 5. 5. 7. 4. 6. Another 6.
After 6?
6.
6 again.
5.
5.
3.
3.
3. 3. Bada ngapi?
81. 81.
No, 81.
Yeah.
Yes, 176.
Yes. That's okay. Now do the tally. That's all right.
Ngoja mnisaidie hapa. Ndio. 176 idone.
Yeah.
Oh, great. Ni wapi ndio unaweka? Ndio. Results ni 176.
81.
Now. So, total voting?
Total number is the total of these two.
Total ni gani mheshimiwa ni ngapi?
It is not the total of those who pulled out and never came.
257.
Yes. So, yeah. Senior, how are you? 257. Okay. Very well. Where? I think we are good to go. Yeah? So many? What do you want?
Wangeannounce agree.
Order, honorable members, order. The tellers, you go up to the bar. Yes, yes. So, what? Order, honorable members, tell us. Move forward. Order, the tellers, you may move forward. Close to the dispatch desk. Go ahead.
Honorable Speaker, on the vote results for the roll vote, the ayes 176, the nays 81.
Order. Order.
Total number of members voting.
Order.
Total number of members voting 257. No abstention, nil.
Order. 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 Order, Angela. Order. Order. Wanjala. Order. 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 Ruth Odinga. For you newcomers, the results are not announced until the speaker says so. And it's out of order for the orchestra led by my good friend Mukami and the orchestra led by Ruth Odinga this side. You are all out of order. Honorable members, the results of the division are as follows. Total number of votes cast, 257. The ayes, 176. The nays, 81. Abstentions, nil. The returning document on the vote is signed by MP Wanami Wamboka MP. The upshot of the vote is that the ayes have it. Order, honorable members, you may be upstanding. Can the bars be drawn? Order. Okay. Order. The House is still gone, clerk. Take your seats. Clerk.
A bill for an act of parliament to amend the laws relating to various taxes and duties and for matters incidental thereto. A bill for an act of parliament to amend the laws relating to various taxes and duties and for matters incidental thereto.
Order, honorable members. Order. We will come to the end of our proceedings today, and the House will stand. Order, be upstanding, members. Be upstanding. Be upstanding. Honorable members, may I take this opportunity to thank all of you for debating this bill with decorum, with dignity, and with observance of the standing orders of the House. The leadership has displayed good leadership, and I hope that going to the future, however contentious a piece of legislation that comes to the House, you remain one undivided House called the National Assembly of Kenya. On that note, honorable members, the House shall stand adjourned until tomorrow, the 15th of June at 2:30, and take note that from 3 p.m. the Minister for Finance, the CS for Finance and the Treasury will be in the chamber to be given an opportunity to give highlights to the budget of the year 2023-24. The House is adjourned.